What's up, guys? Uriah 119 coming back at you guys again with another What Does the Fog Say episode. So this is episode 2 in the series. I know that it's been a while since episode 1, but we're going to go over the developer update because these are some pretty important things, and as a killer main, I think it's pretty important that we discuss amongst other killer mains, you know, and survivor mains as well, but, you know, killer mains. The changes to the meta. We're shaking things up. So, but we're going to go over the full thing in detail. Not like read it verbatim, but we're going to be going over it in some detail. Summarize a lot of it too. All right. So, during the 6th anniversary, they talked about new progression system. So that's going to be pretty clean. So they're overhauling it. The grind expands each new chapter. Yeah, because they add new stuff. Okay, so on the current system, you must reach rank 40 on a given character to get all their teachables. So that means you need to grind 4.1 hours every day. That's a long ass time. That's a long time, man. And now with the new change, it's going to be like 1 hour a day, which isn't too bad. And that's not even including blood point bonuses, events, perks, offerings, challenges, etc. Rituals. So that's pretty cool. So they're cutting it down by 75%, which is nice, especially for somebody who's relatively new to the game. I mean, I've been playing other, you know, platforms, but, you know, relatively new in the PC side of it. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to make things a lot easier. So teachable rarity is no more. Perks are now tied directly to prestige. So when you prestige a character for the first time, you unlocked all tier 1s, and then second and third prestige, you get all their other stuff, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's pretty nice. And it unlocks them on all new characters, so you're going to be able to just pick them up and boom, there you go. You can have your favorite builds if you prestige your characters, which isn't too bad. So I know when I stream, I have that as a channel point reward. So that's pretty cool. No more resets, so you don't lose anything. You don't lose your perks or items, add-ons, offerings. That's fantastic. So, my community, please don't cash in these prestige things until this is implemented. So, that'd be pretty nice. I know one of my community members still has the that iridescent shard that lets you play as Myers that you can't use anymore. But anyways, so they're going to expand the prestige. So, 4, 5, and 6 will give you the bloody cosmetics. 7, 8, 9 will give perks as a charm. And doesn't really say if there's going to be anything after that. Shrine of Secrets. Cool. So if you purchase something for Shrine of Secrets, have to re-say that. It is immediately available on all killer survivors like a prestige. So that's pretty cool. You can also purchase the perk again to increase its tier. That's sick. That's really sick. But they're making it really easy to level up, so that's pretty nice, actually. It's really nice. So they're transitioning to the new system. So if you reach Prestige 3, you get a special Prestige icon to recognize their achievements. That's pretty cool. I haven't Prestige 3'd anybody. I think I've got like a couple Prestige 1s. I haven't touched Prestiging at all. I've just been kind of playing for fun. Anyways, let's talk about matchmaking incentives. All right, so I'm going to summarize this because this was pretty cool. Here we go. As a killer main, especially in the evenings, you guys are aware that when you log in as a killer, you have a queue time of about 20 seconds. It's quick. Survivors, especially in North America on the servers, you have a queue time of like 5 to 10 minutes. So what they're doing is, that's because there's not enough killers. So what they're doing is, and they're incentivizing that if the population of killers versus survivors is out of whack, in order to try to keep queue times down, they're offering bonuses to go ahead and play as that opposite role or whatever. So it's pretty cool. It's a blood point bonus, ranges from 25% to 100% depending on the demand levels. So, like, killer mains, man, we might have some competition when it comes to queuing. Just saying that out there. That's cool though. Gameplay updates. So they're working on doing some shake up to the meta. They're rebalancing 39 perks, which we're going to go over tonight. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to talk about generator speeds. So basically what they're doing is you're adding 10 extra seconds to repairing a generator, or charges, however you want to refer to it, but seconds. They discussed that the reason why they're doing this is because Corrupt Intervention, Pop, Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, and Hex Ruin are the most popular perks for slowing down the generator speeds. Now, as a killer main, everybody knows you're playing, people got, toolboxes, and they're either running like tons of charges, or they're running repair speed or the repair speed add-on and the charge, or they're running a brand new part. So you start a chase, and then boom, like 2 or 3 gens are already popping off because you started a chase. So they're going to be slowing that down quite a bit, which is cool. So the next thing that they're doing is they are making that kicking a gen removes 2.5% of its maximum progress. That's pretty good. So that really incentivizes the fact that, you just don't get them off the gen, but you kick it as well. That way it helps increase your possibility of making downs and hooks before you end up losing gens. So that's pretty nice. All right, general killer improvements. They are reducing the break wall and pallet animation by 10%. So it's going to be 2.34 seconds instead of 2.6. Gens are also kicked 10% faster. Instead of 2 seconds, it's 1.8. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, they say that it might seem small, but as a killer, 1 second is actually 4 seconds of gameplay, really, because you have 4 other players that are doing something at that time. So, which is something that a lot of survivors really don't understand. Yeah, my chase might take 30 seconds, but in reality, it is effectively 90 seconds, like, of what is taking place throughout the entire match. So if 3 other people are on a gen, that's 30 seconds per person on those gens that, took place in that chase. So that's just food for thought. Anyway, so they're reducing the cooldown for successful basic attacks. By 10%, so 2.7 instead of 3 seconds. And reduces the duration of survivors' speed boost upon being hit by 10%. So they don't get 2 seconds, they get 1.8. So they're going to gain slightly less distance upon being hit, making them easier to hit. So now I'm just going to say, I've seen other videos of people talking about this, and I've also read the changes as well. And so don't be like, oh God, the game is so killer heavy right now, or killer friendly right now. No worries, survivors. You guys can still hold W and make shit happen. But what I'm saying is you guys are going to have plenty of perks and advantages that, like, it's still going to be a 50. You want it to be 50-50 at the end of the day. So there you go. Anyways, 2 cents done. So they tweaked the bloodlust. So I'm not a big fan of that part. So what they're doing is they're adjusting bloodlust tiers to activate after 15, 25, and 35 seconds instead of 15, 30, and 45. Honestly, I think they could have just done the first tier of that, because that 15% that increases your speed, or 15 seconds that increases your speed, is better. So they probably could have just like cut that down, or maybe made this, I don't know. Because, I mean, when you see bloodlust popping, man, it's really obvious. Like, it's really, really obvious. Like, a killer who's going real slow is apparently, like, he's just automatically on your ankles. So, all right. So, the first tier of bloodlust has not been changed. Any more prevalent ones? So, yeah. I mean, they could have changed the first one. Been all right. Anyways, camping and tunneling. So, we're going to talk about that. So, second chance perks, which is something that is very heavy for survivors, because, like, to be fair, like, a killer literally just has universal game-changing effects, is the best way to put it. So like downs and hooks, those are game changing. So they need second chances for, you know, survivors. So you've got your borrowed time, your D-strike, your dead hard. They're calling these things now conspicuous actions such as repairing gens, healing, cleansing, or blessing totems, sabotaging a hook, unhooking others, and opening exit gates. So it's essentially anything other than being chased. You can vault pallets, you can vault windows, you can drop pallets, you can drop flashbangs, you can blind, you can do all that other stuff. But anything that's dealing with like objectives or altruism, it's a no-go now. So they're going to cut that off. But they are, see, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, they're not just making killers just powerhouses. They're giving survivors the opportunity to have 5 seconds of endurance when they're unhooked. You know, you get a 7% haste effect for 5 seconds. So like, you're going to be bolting out of there real quick, you know? So, I mean, that's a thing. So generally as a killer main, man, I'm not going to hit you when you get off the hook unless you're like trying to jump up in my face. Then I'm going to hit you because like it's survivors versus a killer, man. You know, it's like, what are you supposed to do? Anyways, so now let's talk about meta perk changes. Oh, buddy. And here's their graph. I'll actually enlarge that here in a second. So killer meta perks, barbecue and chili, Hex Ruin, Pop Goes the Weasel, Corrupt Intervention, Tinker, Hex, Noed, which for whatever reason, Noed is a meta perk, which it's news to me, and Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance for survivors, Dead Hard, Borrow Time, D-Strike, Iron Will, Self-Care, and Spine Chill. So I'm still tripping on that Noed right now because, as everybody knows that watches me stream, man, hey, what's up? I'm going to teach you harder, bro. I got you. I'm going to teach you. So as everybody knows, like, Noed is a clutch. It's a crutch perk. Like, it rewards you for, it's a killer second chance perk is what it is. And you shouldn't need it as a killer. You know, take your L. Or just get better. Plain simple. How are you doing, by the way, Warden Commander? But anyways, here is the graph. We're going to bring that up. Boom. You know, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, feel free to pause that and take a look. And here is another graph. It's talking about the percentage of loadouts and number of matches and everything like that. Bloop. It's pretty nice. So here we go. We're going to talk about meta perk changes. Barbecue and chili. I'm going to break these down Barney style for people to be able to understand. When you hook a survivor, you get more. You'll get like a token that gives you 25% more blood points, and you see where people are when they're outside of X meters. So there's that. What they're doing for that? They're getting rid of the blood point percentage gain, so you don't get any of that. Hey, thank you. Woo! Warden Commander, thank you so much for the Prime subscription for 7 months. Man, that's what's up right there. Thank you. Wow. Goodness. You just paid for some ramen for me to eat, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, so they just got rid of that. Ruin. Yeah, ramen. Woo! There will be some more emotes that are going to be in the works here soon. I've been talking to an artist. I got to get my animated ones ready. But those jokers, they're not cheap, at least based off the graphics design artists I've talked to. Anyways, Hex Ruin. So what they're doing is they're reducing its effectiveness from that because they want people to kick gens now again, you know, so I mean they gave kicking gens a buff, so but anyways, so they're going to keep it a unique slowdown perk. So they're reducing the regression to 50, 75, and 100% from 100% to 150 and 200%. So they just basically cut it in half, which is still cool, but they did add that if a survivor's killed, Hex Ruin will automatically deactivate. So it doesn't say anything about them like DCing. So I'm going to assume that it'll still run because they didn't die per se. They just quit because they couldn't handle the pressure. And so, yeah, we're going to go with that. Pop goes the Weasel. You kick a Djinn, 25% off the top. Too easy. Now they're just going to have it remove 20%. But you're still going to get... Nah. Current, not total progress. Okay, yeah. Oh. It's 20% of the current progress. It really cuts it down. Damn. So if a Djinn's almost done, it's 20% off of nearly done. You know. I don't know. I don't know if people will stop running that because of that. It is, everything's going to shake up, so it's going to be really cool. Corrupt Intervention. Basically, where you spawn, the generators that are furthest away from you as a killer, they get blocked off for 2 minutes at tier 3. So they're not wanting to change that aspect of it, though, but they want it to deactivate when a survivor enters the dying state. Okay. So it does bring the, survivors closer to you still, but it does not. So if you do really well in your first chase, you might not get your 2-minute value, but you still got some value out of it, which is better than nothing, I guess. It's still a good perk. Tinker. Basically, whenever a Djinn hits 70%, you get a notification that the Djinn's being worked on. It's like a pop sound, like they failed a skill check, at least on your end, not on their end. And so then you become undetectable. So you have no red stain, no terror radius. It's pretty nice. Really nice on the character that it come from, the hillbilly, because you can just straight up. Ooh, thank you for the 10-bit cheer, Warden Commander. Thank you. It's so beautiful looking. I need to work on like some of the small nuances of the stream, especially when it comes to like the alerts for that. But anyways, so because they increased the base change to 90, killers are gonna have extra time. Thank you. And also Tinker now just activates on one generator per trial, or one time per generator per trial. So it's like Merciless Storm for progression, which is pretty cool. Oh God. No Ed, man. No Ed. Okay, here we go. No one escapes death. So yeah, it falls out in favor of high skill games. No kidding. All right, so basically, no Ed. Here we go. Paraphrase. You're exposed as a survivor. Killer moves faster. So that's it. That's it. It's a Hex Totem. It activates at the end game. Or when all 5 Djinns are popped, sorry. Not end game, technically. But yeah, so they don't want to weaken its direct effect, but they're going to make it so Noed's aura for the totem pops up 4 meters upon activation, and then it increases to 24 meters over the course of 30 seconds. So it gives people a chance and an opportunity to break the totem, which is cool. Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. So you hook survivors on a Scourge Hook, and they it pops the Djinn that's got the most progression on it by like 15%, I think, is like the 3rd rank. And it makes the survivors working on the Djinn yell. Like they got shocked by the doctor or infectious fright or whatever. So they're getting rid of that aspect of it. You don't yell, but it causes the Djinn to start sparking. So let's say they got off that Djinn. It'll start sparking instead of losing the exploding aspect of it. So that's a thing, I guess. All right, so those were the killer ones. Still tripping on the Dead Hard one. Or not the Dead Hard, the Noed. Dead Hard. Spoiler alert, Dead Hard probably sucks now. Anyways, so current effect for Dead Hard. You're running, you're wounded, you hit the E button or your action command, whatever you have, and you kind of do a lunge forward by like a couple meters. So you get to dodge the killer's attack, take no damage. Actually, it still gives you iframes. So if you get clipped during that, let's say you do your lunge and a huntress's hatchet is about to beam you in the back of the head, as long as that animation's still going off, you will not go down. Now, and you can also use it to like get some distance. So if you really, really, really need to get to a pallet or a window, you can hit your Dead Hard. Now though, you don't get that distance. You just get an endurance effect. So you can basically, if you get hit during that, you go into the deep wounds, you got to mend. But anyways, you get that for 1 second when you activate it. So I don't know if they're going to keep the little lunge animation, if they're going to change it. I don't know. They're going to do something. But yeah, they're getting rid of that Dead Hard for the distance thing. Because there's a lot more speed perks that are more beneficial than Dead Hard when it comes to like distance creation. Freaking balance landing. You land, you don't have like a slowdown from your land, and you just go. Lithe, vault a pallet, vault a window, boom, you're flying. Overcome, you get hit, you get 2 extra seconds of sprint time, which is really good now considering they've like cut down your sprint by like 0.2 from when you get hit. So you got some really good ones. Smash hit's okay too. Gosh, smash hit's really cool. You get clobbered by the pallet as a killer and you don't even see the person anymore. They're gone. So there's that. So we're gonna do that. D-Strike. Oh boy, I love D-Strike. Decisive Strike, man. Even though compared to when it launched, D-Strike has gone down significantly when it comes to its effectiveness, but it's still a very valuable perk, right? And like as a killer, if I down you, I'm subconsciously counting to like a minute. Be like, okay, cool. So a minute's passed. I can now pick them up after they've been, you know, wounded and unhooked, etc. Right? So I have to wait a minute. So that's a minute. 1 minute, guys, of you can recover. Your teammates can get you up. You know, you could crawl somewhere else in that minute time frame. Most survivors that I see complain about it, they lay there in the same spot that the killer downed them. And they're like, oh man, D-Strike sucks. Bro, as a survivor, I love Decisive Strike. It's like the coolest perk, man. The bad thing is, it's a meta perk, and I don't like running meta perks. Not too much. So, but now they buffed it, man. So, the stun duration... Wait, they did not buff it. They nerfed it. Okay, all right, hold up. So they went to drop slightly. At the end of the match, there's nothing the killer... #1 DVD streamer on Twitch. I don't know about that. I mean, I try to spread some positivity. I know that for sure. So it deactivates when the exit gates are powered. The stun duration's reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. So they nerfed it. You know what? I'm just going to say it right now. I'm predicting that even though they nerfed it, D-Strike is still a good perk. It's still a good perk, man. Like, I would still run it. It's still a good perk. Anyways, Borrowed Time. Borrowed Time. So, Borrowed Time, you get unhooked. You have 13 seconds of endurance. So if you get hit, you just go into the wound state instead of going down while you're wounded. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. But now since they added it to the base kit, like a version of it, 5 seconds. So you get 6, 8, and 10. So you get 11, 13, and 15 seconds of endurance. Plus you get movement speed increase. Wait, what? Oh my God. So they get 10 extra seconds. They get 10 extra seconds of Usain Bolt speed. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Oh my God. You're my hype man right now, dude. I got the tingles going on, and not like pre-workout tingles or some kind of narcotic tingles. I've never done narcotics. Yeah. It's crazy. They're thinking that the it's going to drop. Its usage is going to drop. What are you talking about? That's not going to drop. It's going to make it even better. I go for some snow. I could, man. It's way too damn hot. Bring back wintertime, man. Bring back wintertime. Iron Will. Iron Will at max rank. Yeah, it's... Oh, my God. It's way too hot out. 91 degrees up here. Not the snow, I mean. Oh, man. So Iron Will. So now 100% of your grunts are not, you know, vocal. So you can be silent while you're wounded. However, the changes, they're going to reduce it down to 75. So that's going to be like no mither. You're going to be like no mither. Well, heck. I mean, no mither's going to be better at the end of the day. Even though you're not going to have a health thing. Yeah. Yeah. And so when you're exhausted, Iron Will isn't working. Self-care. Oh my God. So they're nerfing self-care even more. Self-care. Now you can go into a corner after you're wounded and it takes 36 seconds to heal yourself by yourself. So obviously if they're running like a hemorrhage perk killer, well, you really can't stop and heal because you're going to lose chunks of your heal off of it. So basically I go to a corner for a reset. And you can also get the healing of healing with a med kit. It's faster. Now they're getting rid of that part with a med kit. And they're reducing the heal speed to 25, 30 to 35%. So they're making it even worse. So it's going to be like, God, it's going to take 40 something seconds, 50 seconds or so to heal yourself, just to heal yourself. So you're chilling for a minute, man. A minute. How does that feel? You're going to play the game for a minute. You're just healing. Whatever. And I'm probably wrong on the time because I haven't ran self-care in probably 2 years. 2 years. So, spine chill. Spine chill whenever the survivor or the killer looks at you or looks in your general direction. Shit. In your general direction. It doesn't matter if there are 30 walls in between you and the killer. The killer's looking in your direction. You get your action speeds and the chance for skill checks, they're increased. It's better. It's like, it's beautiful. Now they have a lingering chill time on it. So you get like half a second and they're getting rid of the vault speed and stuff. I need to do some self-care on myself. Probably with some candles and steamy free videos. I mean, they make websites for that, man. Oh, no, they're not questionable websites. Come on. My Bachelor Life, bro. If you're a bachelor, those aren't questionable at all. Now, LimeWire was questionable. Just installing LimeWire made your computer, you know, have to go to the Mayo Clinic. We're not talking about that, though. All right. Yeah, so they're getting rid of the vault speed. So you don't... Napster? Dude, Napster was dope. Napster was dope. Napster was dope. LimeWire was cool too, but Napster didn't give your computer STIs. Anyways, non-meta perk changes. Overcharge. So overcharge, and you kick a gen, you get like a very small skill check. It's like, it's just like D-Strike's skill check in order to not make it explode. Now you get the regression will grow from 100% to 400% over 30 seconds. So it'll burn that gen down quick, which makes sense for a perk called Overcharge. Eruption. So here's a fun story here. All of like Nemesis's perks, basically, when they came out, I think there's only one. all of them are getting buffed. So they're literally like, man, Nemesis, God, he's a cool killer. And his perks sucked. So now they're making them better. Like substantially better. Eruption. So they're increasing all the eruption stuff. The generator aggression penalty is going up to 10%, and the duration of the incapacitated effect is going from 15, 20 to 25. So if you're on a gen and that eruption hits, my boy, you're going to be standing there doing nothing for 25 seconds. You're going to be staring at the flowers, man, and the killer's coming for you. It's beautiful. You can't do jack. I love it. It's great. Anyways, knockout. Knockout's cool. It's a cannibal perk. You get hit, you're on the ground, you crawl really, really slow, like really, really slow, and people can't see you. So now they're going to make them crawl even slower for 15 seconds, and reduces the recovery speed by 25. So now they recover slower. So you knock down a Bill who's running freaking Soul Guard, Tenacity, Unbreakable. Well, guess what? He's not recovering too fast. Chlorophobia. It's a clown perk. So you make the healing of the terror radius unappealing, increases the speed of 50% on top of its current effects. That's pretty cool. Dark Devotion. It's oh, cool. So they're making Dark Devotion take place whenever the obsession loses a health state in any way. So you no longer have to clip them with your axe as a huntress. You can just drop hatchets on them. Demogorgon can shred them up, baby. Blight can lethal rush, pimp cane strike, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty cool. Jolt. Jolt's getting a buff. Downing a survivor, and they're removing the cooldown. That's pretty cool. Lethal Pursuer. Now this is the perk right here, man, that like the very beginning of the game, Lethal Pursuer puts some pressure on survivors as long as you're good with it. Now it increases the duration of all aura reading effects like Bitter Murmur, Barbecue and Chili, you know, freaking I'm all ears. There's a bunch of other ones. There's a bunch of other ones. Any aura reading effect is increased by 2 extra seconds now. So you could now play once again as Orbital Strike Huntress. You run all your aura reading perks and you just stand and you just chuck hatchets. Like freaking Tom Brady, man. It's crazy. Scourge Hook Gift of Pain. They buffed it. Increases the attack speed or the action speed penalty to 10, 13, and 16%. It's pretty cool. Thanatophobia. They're increasing the action speed penalty to 4.5, 5, and 5.5 per survivor to a max of 18, 20, and 22 seconds. Holy crap. That's pretty crazy. Scourge Hook Monster Shrine. So, Monster Shrine, the perk that's like ran very often. I've never ran it, but it's ran, some would say. I know Spooky Loops did a video about it with his Christmas tree thing like way back in the day, like 2 years ago. Yeah, that's on there. Anyways, so you're giving all of the hooks in the basement Scourge Hook properties, and it increases all Scourge Hooks entity progression by 10, 15, 20%, but only if the killer is not within 24 meters. So it really incentivizes that you as a killer run away from the person that you just hooked. You know, it's something like making fair play happen. Just saying. Anyway, here's some cool buffs for survivors. Calm Spirit. Calm Spirit's fantastic right now. Dude, it's so good. You can sprint among the birds and you will not disturb them. You won't kick any of their eggs. They will not flee their nests. It's great. You won't scream when the doctor asks you to lick a 9-volt battery. In all seriousness, though, those are like your big reasons. And infectious fright, sorry. So, those are your big things. Now you can open chests and cleanse totems silently, but you do it slower. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next one. Saboteur. After months of studying, saboteurs can now identify Scourge Hooks. I love that. That's good. Hey, good evening, Curseblood 7028. How are you doing tonight? We're going to be doing some DBD tonight. Do you want to do some Survivor stuff? Or are you just down to watch? Basically, so they're letting... so whenever you Saboteur something and a killer picks up a Survivor, all hooks that are around you, they turn white. If it's a Scourge Hook, they turn yellow. There you go. Botany Knowledge increases healing speed. Oh. Holy sh... Oh my god. All right, Botany Knowledge, son. Wow. Good just watching today. That's fine, man. I appreciate you watching. We're just going over the changes to the perks and stuff that are going to be taking place here soon. It's going to be after it's going to be like next week when the PTB, or this coming week actually, shit. When the PTB launches, they're going to put all this stuff on there. But then, you know, like 2 weeks later, they're going to release it out to the masses for people on console and stuff to play. So they increased the healing speed on Botany Knowledge by a substantial amount. So that's going to make the perk like actually kind of good. If you want to be an altruistic character and you're just healing, there you go. How'd the week go? Last week, man, we did really well. We did a lot of the anniversary event. We knocked out most of the first page. There's a couple things on the first page we didn't get. And we got the skin for the dredge. We haven't got the skin, I don't think, for Hottie, the survivor, yet. But it was pretty good. It's just a lot of DBD, man. When these events take place, I want to knock them out and capitalize on it. Oh, for work. Ugh. There's a reason why I want to do this full time instead of working where I work. It was bad. It was unnecessarily stressful. This, as much as playing as killer is stressful, it's not as stressful as work. So, not as stressful. Let's talk about off the record. So off the record, upon being unhooked, they gain endurance for a minute, up to a minute and 20 seconds. The endurance effect is lost upon performing a conspicuous action. So yeah. Hey, Zoinker Scooby. Yeah, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I mean, I think I know what they were thinking. They're taking perks that haven't... It's not a nerf, it's a buff. Oh, Dead Hard? Dead Hard's a nerf. Dead Hard is 100% a nerf. You lose, so you still get to keep your 1 second iframes, but you don't move any distance. That's a nerf, man. That distance is really what makes Dead Hard really good, because if you can bait out a missed swing on a killer, that's a nerf. Oh, I mean, they nerfed it because that... Well, yeah, it's true, you can. I'm really interested to see what they do with the animation. Yeah, but that animation is instantaneous, basically. It's not even... It's like half a second. I think the dash is huge. I think the dash is really huge. It's a half a second of iframes. It's a half? Oh, yeah, it might be a half. It might be a half. I don't know. I'm real curious to see what happens. We'll just say that. We'll see if it isn't ran as much now. But I do like off the record, though, because it's a perk that you really only see if survivors don't have anything else. Like I say, you prestige your Zarina. There you go, man. You got off the record. You didn't get anything else. I'm really excited for the changes, though. In terms of Dead Hard for distance, it's a nerf, but they literally gave you a third health state whenever you want. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Off the record's the new DS. Yeah, I could see that. Now, like Lucky Break now. Lucky Break is good. Lucky Break, and I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, is a one-time thing now, but as long as you're within the, as long as you're healing, you increase the duration of it by a second. Right? So it's still a one-time thing, right? I don't know. I've never ran it. I have never played Ace, so I don't know what his perks are. That's why I said I'm a killer main. But we got to talk about these things. Pharmacy. It's only activated when injured. Yeah, because it gets rid of your blood stains and stuff, right? So pharmacy, I think, is really cool. You can stop the timer if you get healed, but you can never get it back. Oh, that sucks, though. But now, I mean, now you at least get it back, right? That's pretty cool. Pharmacy, man, you get a free green med kit. Yeah, I think it's a good change. Any buff is good, especially for perks that you never see. There's a reason why I'm not unfamiliar with most of these perks, because I never see them in a game as a killer. Pharmacy, though, it's a free green med kit, man. It's a free green med kit. I like that. So, and you can do it multiple times now. Oh, it's crazy. I got a gift. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Thank you very much for that gift, Warden Commander. Soul Survivor. So for hiding your aura, which is, it's nice, increases your generator repair speed and hatch speed, or action speed, by 75% for gens and 50% for hatches. These effects are only active when you are the last survivor standing. So, my question is this. If you're the last survivor standing, all right, and the hatch is already opened, why do you care about generator repair speed? Hatch is already open. If the killer finds the hatch, guess what? You have a key. You can open it 50% faster. So why can't you just open the door faster? Which would make sense as like a soul survivor, right? Like your whole goal of escape, to be that soul survivor, is to escape, not to be the best mechanic you can ever be. Is it gate speed on the default perk? Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm an idiot. I didn't even read that. I just saw the hatch part. I just saw that. Look, man, it's been a long day, all right? 2 kids screaming and yelling. It's been a long day. Thank God I've never wanted to be a teacher. I did, but yeah. Let's talk about distortion. Distortion. Distortion is awesome. You get tokens, and whenever you have your aura read by Barbecue, Bitter Murmur, frickin' whatever, it consumes a token. But those were finite tokens initially. Now, you get a token for every 30 seconds during the killer's terror radius. That is incredible. It's incredible. Like, let's say you're going against a dredge, and homeboy dredge is using his freaking locker perk thing, right? And you're like using Pebble or any other perks that you could use for like distractions, And then you have Distortion as well. So now you are hidden and you've caused a distraction, and it doesn't matter what the killer uses to find your aura, you're invisible, and it can keep happening over and over and over. Like, this takes bully squatting to like a stealth approach now, where you can just terrorize the killer by following the killer around and throwing rocks and crap, running and opening up lockers, and your aura's good. So, I mean, that'd be a pretty fun meme idea. We'll do that for Meme by Daylight. We'll get Distortion. We'll do some work with that. Lightweight. Lightweight's cool. I like that. They're making it better. Scratch marks will fade 5, 4, and 3 seconds sooner, up from 1, 2, and 3. So that's pretty cool. Makes you substantially harder to track, and it makes them like more sporadic. So you know, you actually went right, killer thought you went left. Pretty tight. Deja Vu. You get, ooh, cool. So for the 3 closest gens, 5% repair speed bonus to those revealed gens. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. No One Left Behind. That's not the Bill perk. That's the universal, I think, right? You get a 7% movement speed to any survivors you unhook. And it activates when the gates are powered rather than opened. Fantastic. That's really cool. Dark Sense. Whenever the killer is 24 meters from you, their aura is revealed for 5, 7, and 10 seconds. So Spooky Loops and I did a video on that as well. Sorry. As a survivor seeing the killer aura, dude, it's huge. It's such a huge benefit, man. You know, especially if you're playing alone. Huge. Tenacity. In addition to its current effects, it now reduces your grunts of pain by 75% when in the dying state. Dude, that's awesome. So you're much more quiet. And you get a crawling speed, so you can get the hell away from the killer real fast. You can recover fast, and well, no, you can't recover fast, but you know, you move faster and they can't hear you. That's pretty good. Especially on maps with like really tall grass. The only thing it'd be better at that point is if you didn't bleed in the dying state. If there was a perk for like not bleeding in the dying state, dude, that'd be money right there. Hope. They're removing the duration at the end, because now it's like 80 seconds? Maybe 120 seconds, but I think it's 80 seconds. I want to say. That might be like the rank 1 of it, but it doesn't matter. It lets you make late game saves and stuff. So they got rid of the duration. Overzealous. Now, overzealous, this shit looks crazy. All right, guys. So currently it's like 3 or no, it's like 2, 3, and 4%. No. You're right. The current state, it's 6, 7, 8. So now it's going to double. It's going to double when you break a Hex Totem. So you're getting 16% repair speed. That's unlimited until you get hit. That's insane, dude. So, I mean, that's... A lot of killers aren't going to be running a lot of Hex Totems, because most of the Hex Totems, they need a little love. But anyways, we're going to live forever. The survivor version of barbecue and chili. They're getting rid of the 75% blood point. Or no, they're getting rid of all the blood point thing, because they're increasing the blood points, or decreasing the blood points that it requires level. Sorry. Getting all tongue-tied right now. But yeah, so actions that previously granted a token will now activate the perk secondary effect. Okay, while active, healing a survivor from the dying state grants them endurance. Okay, and so then it deactivates. So you get a token, you use it, and you heal somebody from that. They get the endurance. You lose the secondary effect. That's pretty cool. So, safe unhooks. Pallet stun, flashlight stun, protection hit. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. And yeah. So you give people endurance, man, when they're on the ground, dying. That's pretty cool, man. Especially if the killer's like right up on you. So I like that. You know, they're going to change up the meta. That's cool. Man, and I was really hoping I was going to do this for under like an hour. That was great. All right. So now we go into DBD.